Hello everyone, today is January 31st and this is analysis of Bitcoin. I want to show you what's going on here with the market. As we can see here, there's a big down candle and price is retesting some lows here. I think at one point it was down about 10% and we're about 7% lower right now. I'm not sure what's going to happen over the weekend, but it feels like a long weekend when prices are heading down that way. So overall, technically, let me show you what's going on here. So you can see here, the retesting this area, and this is a low that was established back in April of 2025. I can zoom right into there and see there's our low. That Bitcoin went higher with the market, and then we are retesting that low. It looks like we bounced a lot higher from the $75,000 area up to the $78,000 area. So that's a lot of volatility. Not sure what's going to happen when trading opens, but it looks like we're going to have some negative pressure for some of the other stocks here. I do want to show you what's happening on the weekly with Bitcoin so you can understand what we're looking at there. So you can see here that we have a channel that we were in on the weekly. So this chart shows us that we were hitting this upper line, then we were going down, and then we were trending on this lower line, and everything was good until we hit this big candle lower. And so right now, if you're looking at the weekly chart only, this shows us the $69,000 around 70 is going to be this next area of support with the fib level. This fib level is measured basically here from this November 2021 and a low down to November 2022. So that's a pretty wide range here. You could see that that was a cup and handle pattern. There's the cup, there's the handle, and then we were in an upward channel. So this makes sense to have a little bit of consolidation after higher levels. The weekly chart looks a little healthier here. It is not great that we went below this trend line, but we do have strong support right here. So overall, I think if we get down to these levels there, I think we're going to have strong support, but I will keep watching that. So let's go back to the other charts and we can see what's going on here. So let me go to MicroStrategy or to strategy. We see what's happening here. So strategies had a huge decline, right? $457.22 for the high, and then down here we're hitting. I think yesterday we were up a good percentage, yeah, 4.5%, and we closed at 149. So a pretty big drawdown for strategy. So what we're looking at, if we have I was looking on the Bitcoin chart and we were down about 7%. So if we have that in strategy is usually about 2 times amplified. So we could have a 14% decline, and then our price is going to be around $128. So it could go lower. Our long-term support here, you can see that with consolidation here with strategy, it's been between 100 and 180 dollars. So there's a big range that we could experience here. Right now, you can see that there is a volume shelf, a large area of consolidation or of purchasing is what the volume shelf is. So that could provide, support. It could get to that area and launch higher. We'd have to see a turnaround with Bitcoin for that to go. So next is, let's take a look at STRV and let's zoom in here. STRV has been at much, much higher levels here. So this has been a very volatile stock. And if we're looking here at STRV, this is what we're seeing here. So I have an anchored VWAP. That's the volume weighted average price that takes price with your volume and gives you this calculation with some degree of error above and below the line. So you can see here that this anchored VWAP goes right at the dollar area. So does the volume shelf. When you have 2 technical indicators aligning, that says something. So just keep that in mind. We could see lower levels here on Monday, depending on what Bitcoin does. I'm assuming we hit lower levels. Right now, looks like we closed here 82 cents and the low was 74. I think we could revisit 70. Maybe we get to the 60s, high 60s. I'm not sure. But overall, I think last I saw, STRV was trading at a discount, and so there might not be as much volatility there. And I think with strategy, usually strategy trades at a little bit of a premium. So, there could be some sell-off. I'm not sure how amplified it's going to be, but I think it's worth noting, what some of these levels are and where we've been. So, anyways, I hope this helps with your trading and some information about Bitcoin and these digital asset treasuries and potentially where they could go. And just again, as Bitcoin goes lower, I think the potential to add, slowly but over time for Strive and strategy, it makes a lot of sense. Even adding to Bitcoin on these dips, I think it makes a lot of sense. So, hope this helps with your trading and have a great day.